Hace casi 25 años, Ellen le dijo al mundo que era gay. Fue en su sitcom llamada Ellen que cambió la forma en la que vemos la perspectiva de género. Hoy es mucho más común ver series como Atypical, ver series como Sex Education. En ese entonces la televisión tenía ciertas reservas en la forma en la que se trataban este tipo de problemáticas. Hablé con Gil Junger, el director detrás de este episodio, que me contó cómo fue la semana previa, cómo fue el momento en el que hicieron esta secuencia y cómo fue todo lo que vino después, tanto para él como para la propia Ellen, en un informe muy pero muy especial sobre la sitcom llamada Ellen.
We now return to Mira Akien and Contre with our latest interview.
Without a shadow of a doubt, the two things I'm most proud of in my 45 years is the Ellen coming out episode and 10 Things.
I'm so afraid to tell people. I mean, Susan, I'm gay.
You were a part of the show as a director. What changed that week for you, for the team? How nervous were you to do this? What do you remember?
Well, that's a good question. I wasn't nervous. It was a bizarre experience because there was so much attention put around it. I mean, there were microphones, like I'd walk back and forth on the set and there was just microphones following me like constantly. I think maybe the moment of shooting that, when Ellen leaned forward towards that microphone and said, "I'm gay," maybe one of the most exciting moments of my career, because, you know, obviously even where the placement of that microphone was choreographed. And so no one saw the microphone before that. So when she leaned in, I had her head tell the cameraman to pull towards the microphone. And when she said, "I'm gay," we had an audience of about 200 people, and cheering, screaming, laughing, and crying 6-7 minutes. We just had to stop the show. It was incredible, the reaction, because think about it. Here was a big TV star at a time when you said you're gay and you're an actor, you'll never work again. And you'll be shunned by society. I mean, think about it. You know, there was and still is, unfortunately, horrific prejudice against anyone that doesn't go, you know, by the Christian Bible way. And so that release of tension and that joy, that, I mean, Ellen lost it. Everyone was crying. It was so momentous, you know? And then, of course, the reviews were ridiculous. But what that taught me, and the reason it made me want to make a movie, was it taught me the power of cinema, the power of television. I mean, that TV show literally changed the fabric of society. 47 million people saw it the first night.
Yeah.
47 million people. Now, to put that into movie parlance, that I got a call from the president of production from ABC the morning after the Ellen episode came out, and he said, "Congratulations, you directed the equivalent of a movie that made $600 million its opening day." It literally had an impact on the world. I mean, how often on a sitcom,
yeah,
you know, the biggest impact you could hope is a laugh. Doesn't mean everyone's accepting, but at least made them go, "Oh, well, I like her and she's gay. Maybe I shouldn't hate her."
Yeah.
Pretty basic.
I decided that this was not going to be something that I was going to live the rest of my life being ashamed of. I belong with everybody else. And that's what I finally did.
I honestly don't remember if there was a second take. I kind of doubt it, because how could you recapture that?
Yeah, it's impossible.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and it was perfectly shot, and Ellen was magical. Laura Dern was I mean, look at the talent I had on that stage.
Yeah.
It was
Well,
pretty head.
Laura,
It was pretty head. It was heady stuff.
speaking of Laura, it was like really tough on her after the show aired. So were they aware of what it could happen to their careers?
Yes.
Yeah, and how did they take it? How
And
was
willing to take. Well, also, what about
Oprah?
Anne Heche and Oprah? Oprah got some serious backlash.
Yeah.
You know, but then again, there was a lot of hatred in the country. I mean, I got dozens of phone calls saying that I'm going to hell and that I don't deserve to live and that I'm disgusting. I mean, people called me and were threatening me.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, it's horrifying.
Yeah.
And then Ellen had a whole bunch of notes thumbtacked to her door. Don't ever get near my daughter. I don't want my daughter to see a woman like you. It's pretty gross.
Yeah.
You know, but it's
when did it change? When do you think it changed, or you start to receiving different calls, like people congratulating you because of the things you did with this episode?
You know, it's interesting. Here it is 20 years later, maybe 21. To this day, at least twice a month, people come up to me and tell me, you saved my sister. You saved my son. I mean, it's, dude, it almost brings tears to my eyes now, but maybe it does a little bit. But the impact of that still resonates today. Let's just put it that way.
How much did the network know about what you were going to do? Did they read the script? Did they publish the script?
They read the script, but we didn't let them. They trusted us to do what we did.
Yeah.
But you know, they canceled the show the next year because too much pressure from advertisers. Basically, the advertisers pulled out. They did not want to be associated with something that was so hated.
Yeah.
It shows what a different world we're in now.
Yeah, that's for
I mean,
sure.
it's not a beautiful, perfect world by any stretch of the imagination, but at least it had an impact towards change. It was the coming out episode of Ellen that caused me to want to make a movie, which I got 10 things.
That felt great.
I loved working with her. She is, as I used to, what did I call her? The fastest comedian in the West. She is an extraordinary talent. Crazy, because her brain is, the synapses in her brain, and I'm not joking, are just viciously fast. Way faster than a normal human's capacity to incorporate humor and figure it all out. I mean, she's like, you know, I remember hanging out with Robin Williams back in the day, and same kind of a brain, just like, whoa, dude, like you have this, it's like you're twice as fast as a human. Yeah. You know, it's really, it's an extraordinary gift. And I loved working with her.
Yeah.
I mean, she can be tough, but it comes from, because she knows what she wants. You know what I'm saying? And if she doesn't think you're talented, and if she doesn't think you're helping, you're not going to be around long.
Yeah.
But with me, I was very, very, very fortunate. I was the only director that ever came back and came back and came back and came back.
Yeah.
We just liked each other. And more importantly, we respected each other.